It's 2:30 my time, and yeah, good to see you all here. Just a quick sound check. If you guys can hear me okay, just type in yes. And I know that I've got a second screen set up there, so I know that you guys can see me. So great, thank you for the yeses there. Good to see Chris and Penny and Morris and Helen and Sue and Mel. And it was me, there's a whole bunch of you here today. It's good. Dave Yo's here. Dave and Dave took me out up in Sydney, which was really great. Avril did as well while we were up there, so it was great. Sounds like Romper Room, Mel Hall, you got it. That was exactly my thoughts there. So, guys, today we are talking about how to create a simple Facebook ad. So I'm not going to be going into Facebook tracking pixels and complicated things today. I will be mentioning some tools along the way, but I won't be teaching you how to use those tools today. There's future webinars set up for things like Canva and other tools, but I will be talking about them today. The first half of today's webinar will very much be focusing on what to think about when you're setting up a Facebook ad, what tools you can use within the 90-day business transformation as we go. And after that, what I'll be doing is going through, I'll do a screen share and I'll bring up my Facebook page. Hopefully it all works. And we'll do a Facebook ad live, and I'll be talking about the difference between bumping up a post or boosting a post and running an ad properly. So you'll see how to do both. We'll talk about the benefits for both, and hopefully today you'll have some really great insight. There's also today just something different within the webinar structure itself. There's a poll, P-O-L-L, not P-O-L-E. There's a poll, and it's just asking whether you get benefit from these webinars, and it's just a yes, no, or don't know, multiple choice. So at the end or by the end of today's webinar, there's a little button down the bottom under your screen. I was just looking at my other screen there just to make sure that I'm seeing what you're seeing. There's a button that says poll, and if you can take the poll today just to let me know whether you're getting benefit from these webinars, that'd be great. So I'm going to bring up another screen here, and hopefully this all works well. Yes, it is. Okay, so building your Facebook ad using the 90-day business transformation content. That's what today's webinar is called. So what we will be looking at first and focusing on first is the why. Like everything that we do within the 90-day business transformation and in business is we focus on the why. Now, Facebook does this as well. That's why we're focusing on the why, because Facebook focuses on the why. They call it the objective. So within Facebook, you'll notice when we do the ad together live later on, there'll be a whole bunch of objectives that are inside of Facebook. Now, those objectives are things like brand awareness, reach, traffic, engagement, app installs, video views, lead generation. Don't worry about writing them all down now. You'll see them in a minute. Conversions, product catalog sales, and store visits. There's a whole bunch of different things that Facebook want you to consider. Why is this important for us? Well, the very start of any campaign or anything we do in business should start with the strong and compelling enough reason why. You've heard me say many times that with a strong and compelling enough reason why, the how takes care of itself. But here's the thing. Some people do Facebook ads and they'll just plonk up an ad. Like it's a picture, and it's okay. It looks nice and there's some great copy, but it doesn't go anywhere. So we've always got to consider within the why, where is it leading? Where is it going? What is the big purpose? What do we want people to do? It would be wrong of us to do a Facebook ad and just go, here we are, we're great. That you could do in the local paper. And in fact, you see these kind of ads in the local paper. You've heard me talk about them before. You know the ones? There's the picture of, and I'm going to pick on these guys, picture of the 4 blonde hairdressers all wearing black all had their makeup and hair done that day, hands on heart kind of thing, or all, in a fashionable way standing around, and it's got Hartford's hairdressing. We do great hair. And they've missed out the vital ingredients, which is where are we and how to get in touch with us, perhaps. In local TV ads, the Tasmanian guys will get this. Local TV ads are hopeless for it. They'll spend $4,000 to $10,000 on an ad and then forget to tell people the address or the date. You might have this where you live as well. If you do, let me know in the comments for the webinar here if you get what I'm talking about. However, when a Facebook ad or a post is done, very few times or seldom is the consideration put in as to why are we doing this ad. If you're just doing it to get attention, are you just doing it because you feel like you've got to do it? Are you just doing it because everyone else is doing it? Or have you put deep consideration into the purpose behind your ad? And it's vital that you do that. In fact, you do it because you put the consideration. Sorry, I was just distracted there. Mel has just said, can't access video on phone, we'll have to catch replay. If you are accessing this on a phone and you are seeing the video, then let me know. By the way, you don't really need the video for the first half of this webinar if you're still there, Mel. The deep consideration that you need to put into every single post is vital. I would encourage you all to not post anything on your Facebook business pages unless it has a strong, compelling enough reason why behind it, and you've thought about, can I use this later as an advertising post or promoted post, so that your content becomes rich and fruitful. And you're not just putting up, hey, we're doing this, or hey, we're down the park today, or hey, we've just got this new shiny thing. All right? Always think about what you're posting and where it's leading people to. Second thing, what is it that you really want to say to your marketplace? What is the clear message? Now, for those of you who have been going really well and doing the work that I've asked you to do, and you've gone through and completed the marketing module inside the 90-day business transformation, you'll know that there's the message, the market, and the modality. Message, market, modality, and it's inside of the 90-day business transformation. So this is the message part. Now, if you go back to your content twister and look at the messages or the hot buttons that you have in your content twister, I want you to choose from your content twister hot buttons to create your posts. Now, if anyone's sitting there scratching their heads saying, what's he talking about? Content twister hot buttons. I haven't done that yet. That means that you haven't been doing the modules. For those of you that have, you can sit comfortably and relax for the next 20 seconds while I say this. As your coach, I've got two jobs. One is training and one is coaching. The training is online. The coaching is one-on-one. Cool? So the training for this is in your modules. The coaching is when we catch up. This is a training/coaching event as a webinar. So you get a little bit of both on the webinars. Training is online for everything else. Coaching is with me. So I coach you on how to use the training that you've been given. That's it for now. So what is it that you want to say to your marketplace? Do you want to educate them? Do you want to entertain them? Do you want to take them somewhere? But you must be very clear on your message. And again, those messages come from your hot buttons in your content twister. Then the consideration is, to whom are you speaking? Now, if anyone wants to earn bonus points today, you can just type in the answer right now. And if you type in the answer and you get it right, you will be sent a prize. The first one to get this answer right will be sent a prize. There is only one answer for this. there's only one answer to the question, to whom are you speaking? So avatar, 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 avatar. I'm wanting an even more narrow answer, a deeper answer. Speak to the, fill in the blank. Oh, Mel Hall got it. Speak to the one. Speak to the one. Got it. So thank you. So Mel, there will be a prize on its way to you. And you have won a bag of miniature Marvel superheroes. And they'll be on their way to you. You can stick them up around your office and just decorate the place. Winning is fun. So to whom are you speaking? It's so important to write your copy speaking to the one. What this means is, and again, this has been covered in other webinars. I've covered this in hypnotic language webinars. I've covered this in other modules of 90-Day Business Transformation. But be very clear on not writing language such as you all and everyone here and hey guys. You must speak to the one. So it is correct, Chris and Mel and Penny and everyone else who said your avatar, absolutely. But you know that in the avatar process, there is definitely more than one avatar that you can have. So when you're speaking to your avatar, you say, okay, which avatar am I speaking to? Is it my 20-year-old female avatar today? Is it my 35-year-old male avatar today? Is it my corporate avatar? Is it my long-distance avatar? Is it my local avatar? And when you speak to that avatar, think about how you are speaking to them as if they are in the room with you right now. Gaynor, my wife, calls it the kitchen conversation. If it feels like a conversation you can have in the kitchen while you're speaking with someone as you read it out loud, then it's a good bit of marketing copy. You won't get this if you're not clear on who you are speaking to. Now, this is important for the back end of your website also. If your copy in your ad doesn't match what you put into the back end, you'll have a message to market muddle or a message to market mismatch. What'll happen is you'll spend a whole bunch of time and a little bit of money, or maybe a whole lot of money, depending on your marketing budget, writing copy and going through the back and all the stuff I'll show you in a minute. And the ad will be delivered because Facebook is just a marketing program. So the ad will be delivered to wherever you say it should be delivered. But if your marketing copy isn't good at the front end and it's not speaking directly to the avatar that you put the details in for at the back end, then the people who receive it it'll be like they're reading something that's not for them. I'll give you an example. Say you've written some Facebook copy or done a video or created a picture, and the ad that I'll show you today is a picture ad. You can do video and a whole bunch of other stuff, but for the simplicity today, I'll be showing you a picture. And in my picture today, I'm speaking to one of my avatars. And that particular avatar, you'll see how it works in the back end. But I've written the copy specifically for them. And it's as if I'm speaking to them, this one person. And so it's a male, 35 years old, working in corporate, really stressed, all that sort of stuff, working in their own business, I should say, in a corporate style environment, that sort of thing, right? So it might be an accountant or a lawyer or somebody in professional industry, but they're stressed out and they never get to spend time with their kids and their family and they haven't had a holiday in a long time. Kind of people that I recently met on the cruise. Now, let's say I had gone into the back end and hadn't targeted my advert to specifically those people, or I'd just gone in the back end and said, okay, I'm going to put them in for ages 18 to 40 in my local area and so on in the back end. And I've got this 18 or 20-year-old fitness instructor reading it. They're going to go, well, I don't know why that's on my feed. I don't know why that's there today. So it's very important that whatever you put in the front end matches what we put in the back end. Now, where you get this information from the 90-day business transformation is in, and you all got it right, it is in your avatar section. So make sure that you have plenty of copies of that avatar section printed out, and you can have multiple avatars, and you say, who do I want to attract into my business today, this week, this month? And you can run many ads side by side, all for different avatars, and you can split test them and do all sorts of wonderful stuff if you have your avatars done accurately. Now, this is the teaching that a guy by the name of Frank Kern gave me 5 to 10 years ago when all of this sort of thing very first started, and it's always worked. So I can be certain that whenever I'm spending $30 on an ad, that $30 will turn into $3,000. And that's pretty much what you want from Facebook ads. You want to have your spend at least 10 times return from your Facebook ads. But most people don't, because most people don't get this right in the first place. Next slide is here, choose your modality. So I talked a little bit about modality a second ago. I said message, market, modality. Hang on a second, just have a sip of my coffee here. It gets a little bit dry talking flat out, so you guys can have a drink with me if you like. Nothing worse than cotton mouth when you're running a webinar. So the modality, what I'm talking about here is image, video, or something else. There's things called carousels, and there's a whole bunch of very complicated stuff you can do in Facebook. We're not covering that today. We're just doing the basic stuff. But for me, I love the Facebook image. I think the old saying, a picture paints 1,000 words, is awesome. So there's tools, as I talked about before. My favorite tool is Canva, canva.com. If you haven't used Canva yet, go ahead and have a play. There's a template for Facebook ads. I used a stock standard template today for the demo that I'll be showing you. All I changed was the image and one part of the font, one part of the words. I've changed very little in it. So when you go into Canva later, you can see exactly the template I've used. So you'll know I'm not tricking you. And you'll see how effective it is, just how effective it looks. So you don't need to make Canva tricky. You just can use it. Now, let's talk about video for a second. If you're not comfortable with video, just don't do it. But here's a little ninja trick that you might like. What I'm doing here is becoming a video. So I'm recording this. You know when you watch the replay later? Well, that's a video that's pre-recorded. I know it's nothing like, brain busting or anything like that, but this video here, I can use this by uploading it to my Facebook page, then promoting it. And I can just put the first half of the webinar up there, so I can edit it in iMovie, just put the first 3 minutes up. Then I can get people to come to a landing page, such as lead pages. So LEAD PAGES, lead pages. That's what I use for all of my landing pages. Lead pages then talks to my CRM, my client resource manager. My CRM that I use is called Active Campaign. If you guys would like access to lead pages or Active Campaign, at the end of the webinar, just type in lead pages or Active Campaign, and I'll send you some links and you can have access to those programs. They're both relatively, I think lead pages is something like $29 a year, and Active Campaign isn't much more than that, depending on the size and the scale of your business. They charge you according to the amount of people you've got in your list. Anyway, you can use a video. If you're not comfortable with your face being on video, use Canva, create some slides, put them in a PowerPoint, record your voice only, do a little video, upload it to YouTube, put it on a lead page, collect people's information, and then promote it on Facebook. It's just that easy, right? So there's no excuse for saying, oh, but I can't get myself in front of a camera. I don't like doing videos. Your voice and some pictures is enough. There's no reason to not do it. Tools like Canva are easy. This slide deck that I put together today for this webinar that you're seeing right now, I did this morning. I had the notes ready several weeks ago before I went away, so I knew what I'd be talking about. I used, for my images, I use a website called Pexels, PEXELS.com. And I just typed in, for this one, choose your modality, I typed in the word transport. And there I got a picture of a taxi, because modality is just the way you carry something. Put it in. Now, this could be a slide deck. This was done on the Mac, and it was done in Keynote on the Mac. But you could do this in PowerPoint as well, just as easily, and you won't have any dramas at all. So I can see that everybody here is okay with their CRM. Nobody has typed in that they wanted active campaign. Nobody has typed in that they wanted lead pages. So that's good. You guys are all sorted out with that, and there'll be no problems with you all creating a landing page for a free offer. You see, when you're doing a Facebook advertisement, I said before, you want to take them somewhere, right? So we'll be talking today about lead magnets and tripwires, and there's different words for them, different phrases that people use for them. So if you have not got something already for them to come to, you need to create it. Because if your Facebook promo or ad isn't taking people somewhere, then it's just up there to look flashy. Next thing to think about is, sorry, let me just check in really quickly. Is everyone clear, or is anyone stuck? Just type in clear or stuck on what I've been talking about so far, and I'll check in with you now. So I'm just looking for clear or stuck. Mel Hall's clear. Richard's clear, 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 clear. No one's stuck. I've just waited. No one's typing in stuck anyway, so that is good. Hopefully this is useful for you guys so far. Also, you need to think about where your audience is. Now, this is not as big of a problem where I live, but where you live, having visited Sydney recently, this is a big deal. There is a huge difference from one suburb to the next suburb to the next. So Facebook ads will allow you to scale your ads down to your suburb. If you're a local business, you need to scale down as low as you can get. So I visited Avril in Glebe, and Avril's not on today's webinar, I see, or not that I can see. If you hear Avril, say hi. But in Glebe, it's very different to the CBD of Sydney CBD. It's very different to the Northern Beaches, and it's very different to Darlinghurst, where I was staying. So you can create your Facebook ads to be as local as you like, or as broad and national as you like. See, I do mine to Australia, New Zealand, Canada, a whole bunch of other places, but sometimes I narrow it right down to the postcode. And the ones that I make very, very narrow to the direct area are always better. However, I will never do them unless I'm absolutely certain that I know what I'm talking about within that area. For example, I've never been to Canada. And if I was to do one, there's a place in Canada called Melbourne. And if I was to do one for Melbourne, Canada, I'd have to make sure I've really done my research on the area and that I know the area quite well. The same way that stand-up comedians, when they go from place to place, learn a little bit about the local area before they get there, so that they can have some prior local knowledge and some understanding of what's going on. That's if you're going outside of your area. Always make sure that you know about the area so that you can include that in your marketing copy as you go. Cool? So make sure you know where your audience is so you can speak to them directly. Next thing, one of the last things I've got to talk about here is, where are you sending them? Again, I spoke before about lead pages. Now, I'm going to say it again because I'm not 100% sure that everyone gets how important this is. If you haven't got something created for your clients to go to after the ad where you can get their details or get them to buy something, then you've wasted your money on the ad. There are a heap of press buttons that people can press, like call now, contact us, and so on, but they always have to have a back end. You can set your Facebook ads up to collect data from the Facebook profile in the ad, so they can just click a button and you just get their details and so on. But it's better and always more accurate and far better for you if they have something free to get, a tripwire or a magnet. So I prefer the term magnet. For me, the magnet people get right now is the ebook. Mel Hall has asked, are the 3 free sessions on the national page enough? No. What I'd love for you guys is to set up, and you can set it up so easily. All you just need is a little website. It can even be a Wix website. I don't even care. Just a little website that's going to host a book or a page or a cheat sheet or a guide or a series of 6 videos or something that you've put together. I had a friend of mine earlier today. He rang me up out of the blue. You've heard me talk about him before. His name's Jay. That little American guy that I told you about when we ran the Point to Pinnacle together. He rings me up and he goes, Grant, I don't know if you know this or not, but local radio stations, they will buy from you 10 to 15, 20-second audio slots if you just have it ready and together. So what am I going to do? I'm going to record, which I've already got recorded. I'm just going to put them up on a website page, 10 to 20-second audio slots for business, and I'm going to shoot it out to every single radio station in the country. All they need to do, I'll do a promoted post for anyone interested in radio, anyone that works in radio and so on. I'll get their details from a lead page so they can have instant access to the 10 to 20 or 10 to 15, 20-second audio slots that I'll host on a website. So I can just have an ad running in the background, whole heap of radio stations that I'm getting their details, they're getting my content, and then I have a marketing list. For you guys, you want a local area marketing strategy. If you are a local bricks and mortar business or a local service-based business, which most of you are, you want something that's specific to you as a person. Why is this important? For those of you that are franchises and those of you that have businesses, those of you that have logos, those of you that have a business name, which is everybody here, I want the people to get to your customer base to get to know you. You are the prize at the end. So they want to hear from you as the expert. So you need to create something that is expert, that they can grab very, very easily and have in their hand very, very easily. And it's just in exchange for a first name, a surname, a mobile number, and an email address. So very simply, for the sports guys, for the trainers, and for the Step Into Life guys on here, it's going to be something like this. 6 steps for you to follow to go from couch to 10Ks. For any other business, it's just the same. It's the from and to really easily. This is something you can promote on Facebook. People will not necessarily, they will sometimes, but they won't go as easily to a national campaign because they'll feel sold to. They'll be suspicious. They'll be worried about getting ripped off. They'll be worried about getting spammed and so on. But I want you to put something locally that they can get. Now, there is a way to do this inside of Facebook where they can just get it. We're not going to cover it today, but for those of you that are platinum members, for those of you that are in boardroom, we can do this together and we can build it specifically for you within the system of Facebook. But for today, I want you to consider, if you've got your own website, which is easy and free to do, and I mean easy and I mean free to do, just set one up, have it there, find a way to find something that you can give people, a 10-page book, a 6 dot point summary, 3 videos, half a dozen audios, whatever it is. And then when you do your Facebook promotion, do it locally and put it in people's hands so they can get it. It's the law of reciprocity. It's, you know what? It's the simplest and easiest rule that you can follow to build your list. So hopefully that's useful. Mel Cathy has said here, so like a wee article that we could write. Yes, not sure we could put it on the SIL website. You don't want to, just under our own page on the site. But you can ask. Look, I don't know what your franchise agreements are, those of you that are franchisees, but honestly, it's nearly 2018. We need to be able to have our own websites. And there's nothing wrong with having your own website to promote yourself as a personality and to promote yourself professionally. Nothing wrong with it at all. And I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do it. It won't go against your agreement. Next thing to consider is your budget. Do you want to spend $5, $30, $1,000? Now, there are friends of mine that I hang out with that spend $1 million a year on Facebook ads. 1 million, 7 figures they spend on Facebook ads. Their return is humongous. They'll get $3 to $5 million back from running $1 million worth of Facebook ads. I've got another friend does $100,000 a year in Facebook ads. His name's Jeffrey. Some of you know him. And Jeffrey does $1 million turnover per month in his business. It costs him a lot of money to make that $1 million. He probably gets to keep about, I don't know, between 1/3 and 1/6 of that money. I don't want to tell any stories about Jeffrey's wealth, but he spends a lot of money. Then I read articles from time to time where it says, spend $30 on a Facebook ad and make thousands. Well, the chances of that happening are fairly slim, but they do happen from time to time. But you know what? The right amount of money to spend is the amount that you feel comfortable with to begin with. Then the silly thing to do would be just to do it once, say it didn't work, and then not do it again. The correct and courageous thing to do would be to run a Facebook ad, test it, find out what didn't work, change it, then run it again. Then find out what didn't work, change it, and run it again. Then find out what didn't work, change it, and run again, and keep doing that at smaller amounts. Once you hit an amount, once you hit a result, I should say, that you're comfortable with and confident with, and that you got good results for, then increase the spend. But don't go increasing the spend at the beginning when you don't know what will happen. That's crazy. I wouldn't suggest anyone do that. So about $30 a month, you can test some pretty good ads, and you'll get a great idea on where you're going. We do $30 for 7-day promotions, and we've done $30 for 1 month promotions. I've lost heaps of money in the past from putting too much money in too early, so I definitely don't suggest you do that. Just go ahead and run some smaller price campaigns where you're reaching 3,500 to 5,000 people, and check it, see how it's tracking, keep an eye on it, tweak it as necessary, change it as necessary as you go. And once you hit some great results, then you can increase your spend and see if the results increase. Next thing to consider is how much time you've got. Not how much time you've got, because no one has any time, but how much time do you have to get your results? If you're wanting to run a Facebook ad to get some quick results because things are in trouble and we need to make some sales, then you do have to spend a bit bigger on Facebook ads. And I would suggest you get some help. Don't do it on your own. Make sure you get a second set of eyes on that. But if you're time poor, it can be tempting to rush into a Facebook ad because you're like, man, I've got to make some sales. I've got to get some people in and get this done really quickly. I don't suggest you do that. If you're time poor and you need to run a Facebook promotion because time is of the essence, I would suggest you contact me and let me help you do it, because quite possibly there may be another way or a better way to do it rather than Facebook ads. Facebook is the world's biggest marketing platform. There are 1.5 million people per hour looking on Facebook. There is so much activity on there, but that is also a drawback as well as a draw card. You've heard me say it before, it's a noisy marketplace and you have to stand out well in a sea of sameness. And if you're desperate and you're really rushing to get some results, that won't happen. There's a question here. Do you think if we added personal content to our own page on the Step Into Life website that we could still attract people to look, or is there still it's a big company sound? Yeah, look, it's not an either or, Mel. It's a both. Truly, I have to encourage you to have your own presence online. It's maybe it's a conversation that we can have outside of this webinar to see how we can make that happen. But if you are a franchisee and you do want to set up a website to get an online presence and you're worried about it going against your franchise agreement, then we do need to have a chat about it. The best way for you to get people in is quite simply lead pages and a CRM. That way you don't have to necessarily have a website. You can just use the lead pages platform on its own, create lead pages and use that link with a link shortener like bit.ly, bit.ly. You just type that into Google, it shortens your links for you. And you can get people directly from lead pages into your CRM, even without the need for a website. So lead pages and Active Campaign or lead pages and MailChimp could be just a good solution and a good workaround for that. The last question here is whether to boost or advertise. And some people get confused about this. So here's my hard and fast rule around it. If you've put a post up and you've put some deep consideration into what you've typed out, what you've posted, who you're talking to, you're speaking to the one, you've got your geography right, you've got your pain points right, you've got your lead magnet right, you've got everything right, and you've got a heap of likes on your post, or say you've done a Facebook Live video and you've got a heap of likes on it, then boost it. All right, that's the right time to boost it. But if you've put up a post and it's very specific and half your audience gets it and half your audience doesn't, but it's for a very specific person that's perhaps not on your page yet, and you want to get them to your page so you can get them to your tripwire or your magnet, so you can then get them into your mobile phone, so you can then call them and then have a conversation and then sell to them, then you need to advertise. So boosting is for a post that's already quite popular, and advertising is for a post that you haven't got a demographic for on your page yet. So people who are already there, they'll like your stuff, boost it to them and their friends, and advertising is going to people who are outside of your current sphere that you want to come in. So hopefully that's clear. Before I go ahead and do one of these ads live, I'm going to change the screen share. Hopefully this works. Goodness me. Let's stop sharing that. Oh, it's me again. Hi, guys. And I'll go back to screen share. Yes, it's working. Fantastic. And I'll go click it. Just if there's any questions, I'd love to hear them. And guys, I just want to know, sorry, there we go. That's the one I want. Business breakthrough. I just want to know that you guys are getting this. So is there any confusion? I'm just looking at my other screen here. If there's any confusion, let me know. If you guys are clear, let me know. Oh, or what I'd love for you to type in just now is your key learning so far before we go in and create an ad. So either if you're stuck, let me know. If there's something that's confusing, ask me a question right now. But I would also like to know something you're taking away just now, something already that we're halfway through, something that you're able to take away, something you've learned, something good so far. So I know that I've not just been sitting here talking aimlessly and not being useful for you for the last half hour. I'm sure it's been useful. Sorry about the sun glare there, guys. Look, we've got sun in Tasmania. So go ahead and type that in. Richard said, never forget your audience. Morrison Heller said 1. Chris Hennessy, speak to the 1. Sweet, dude. Managing the personal presence in the franchise from Mel Hall. Yeah, cool. Just waiting to see if anyone else has everything else there. David Yo, having different campaigns for each avatar and making them specific each time. Yeah, dude. Killer. Great pickup. Great. Awesome. One more. Let's see, there's one more. Who haven't we heard from? Haven't heard from Emma, Penny, Dave Bowman. Penny, boosting your advertising equals which is better. So is that a question there, Penny, or is that a learning? Question or learning? Mel Cathy said, yeah, I'm with Mel. I have a vibe. It's a learning, Penny, great. I have a separate website, might not be possible, but it's worth a fight. Yeah, so Mel Cathy, so many Mels. If the separate website isn't possible, like I said, we could just use lead pages and a CRM. It's easy. Then you're not violating anything. You don't have a separate website. You've just got lead pages. That's just because what we want, right? We want to have a box that says name, address, telephone number. That's it. So I'll show you that in just a second. Alrighty, so I'm just going to switch out pages here. I'm going to show you. This is my Facebook page. So I'll just switch off screens. Cool. So this is my business page, Grant Mullen Business Breakthrough. If you haven't been there and liked it yet, what are you doing? So this is a post that went up today. So I don't know if you know this or not, but this is an app called Buffer, and Kate puts them all up with Buffer. By the way, these little title slides, I didn't really have a microphone or anything there. That's all done on YouTube. But this here, this is the post that I put up this morning just to have something to advertise for you guys. So I'm going to show you a few things. First of all, I'm speaking to the one. So it says, relax, don't stress out, breathe. This weekend, no matter how busy you are, not how busy you all are, or not how busy, you get it. This weekend, no matter how busy you are, I'm talking to this guy here. You can get through this simple and easy to understand ebook for your business. Then I've put the link. Then it says see more. So it's 1, 2, 3 lines and the link, and then it goes to see more. Now that's strategic. When you write your copy, 1, 2, 3 lines and then the link, because they can either click the link or they can see more. Why wade through page after page of hard to understand information when you only have a few precious moments to gain insight and understanding between soccer matches, deadlines, and if you are lucky, some social time? Who am I talking to? The one. What you will learn in 6 simple pages could transform your business overnight. The information in this ebook is clear, helpful, and written to allow you the space to implement immediately. Who am I talking to? The one. There are 6 main ingredients. Now, there's a formula for this as well. It's the why, the what, and the how. Then the what next. You guys have heard me talk about this. It's the format model. Why, what, how, and what next. Here's the how. There are 6 main ingredients to a successful business, and this book teaches you the makeup of what you could describe as the DNA of your business. Could, would, should, must, have, makes, means. Okay, you guys are getting this. I'm using hypnotic language through it. This book will teach you how you can develop the success map instantly and without any need for tricks, long and drawn out seminars, or loud talking motivational gurus. That's me. The book is simple and comes out of years of experience from growing businesses large and small throughout the world. Link. So I go 3 lines, link, why, what, how, link. Then the what next is expanded. You only need to enter a few personal details and the book is yours. You will not be spammed. You'll simply send the book. If you like it, let us know. If you don't, let us know. Click the link to claim yours now. Click with courage and care, Grant. Alrighty, so this here is written for this person. The image is of that person. There's a book. There's a book with a tick that's saying a subconscious yes. It tells them what to do. Says don't stress out, breathe. It says don't stress out, breathe here as well. It says free ebook for your business. It says exactly what I want them to get. So let me show you 2 ways. You guys cool with this? Are we going okay? Anyone stuck? Being reminded to be speaking about the one. Sorry, late response. That's awesome. Everyone cool? Do you see what I've done here? Are there any questions so far? Can everyone see? Okay, Penny's saying no. I'm going to go through it again. Oh, no questions. Righto. Cool. So nice and simple, easy copy, right? Is everyone else cool? Can everyone see what I've done there? Yes or no? Just waiting for some more answers there. All right, cool. Great. Thanks, guys. I do need to keep checking in with you just to make sure that no one's fallen asleep. Now, if I wanted to, I could click Boost Post and all this stuff would come up. So this whole thing would come up. It shows me what it looks like on the desktop, shows me what it looks like on the mobile, and I'm kind of cool with that, right? My desktop newsfeed is just as I need it to be. Mobile newsfeed gives me an extra line, but it's still pretty good. So I always check those 2 things if I'm going to boost it. Do I want to add a button? I got a choice of no button, shop now, book now, learn more, sign up and send message. So no, in this case I wouldn't. But if you wanted them to shop, book, learn, sign up or send message, then yes, you would. And they're all self-explanatory. Now, who would I choose here? Now, I'm not going to go people to choose through targeting just at the moment because we'll be going through that in the back end. But if you were going to, you can see here, my last one I did was Australia, Canada, UK, India, United States, 1865. That was a broad promotion, but it'll give you a whole, so it says there, fairly broad. It'll give you the back end. We're going to do that more in the advertisement. For now, here's the one you click for a boost. People who like your page and their friends. You can even edit that, and you can just take out anything specific, put in, oops, how do you spell Australia? Good on you, Grant. It's still fairly broad, so maybe I wanted to just do Tasmania. Still fairly broad, maybe I just want to do Hobart. Your audience selection is great. Potential reach of 30,000 people, save, right? So you look for the indicators that Facebook gives you. Mel Cathy's written here, do you think it might be too lengthy or definitely what need it all? I wonder if my posts are too long, whether I've lost people. It's okay to have a longer post as long as you've set it up in this first part here is structured like this. Relax, don't stress out, breathe. The weekend, no matter how it, so it's got exactly what you want them to do in the first part. This weekend, no matter how busy you are, you can get through this simple and easy to understand ebook for your business click. So whatever yours is, it speaks to them, it speaks to their pain, it gives them something to do, it's clear in the image, and away you go. By the way, you should have less than 20% words on your image. Otherwise, Facebook will vote it down. Anyway, if you're boosting, set your budget. You can set it as low as $19 for this. It shows that I'll get to 500 to 1,300 people. I can do it for a day, 7 days, 14 days. If I could get to 500 people in a day for $19, that's pretty good. I'd spread it out. I have a Facebook pixel. We're not going to be covering Facebook pixels today, but that pixel follows people around. So if they click here and then they go to my website, the Facebook pixel will know that they've been to my website, and this will come up as a pop-up on my website for them again, or whatever I've trained my pixel to do. It tells me here for a boosted post, I'll spend $2.71 a day. The advert will run out in 7 days. and it'll end on the 28th of July. Then I just click boost. It submits the promotion, takes a few seconds. They've received my order, and then I'll get an email to say that it's been confirmed. It's charged my PayPal account, and it says when I'll be billed. So that's if I want to do a boosted post. Oh, there we go. I then get an instant reply. You guys can see that there saying, good news, your boosted post for Grant Mullen's business breakthrough is approved. Here's a link to view it so you can keep up with the results. So I can then view that boosted post and it'll give me results, but there'll be no results there at the moment because it's only just gone up. Let's have a look though at what we came here for today. From your page, again, this has to be done from your page, not your personal profile. You go to create adverts. Just takes a second to load here. Nothing to do with internet speed. What is my marketing objective? Remember I said before, brand awareness, reach, traffic, engagement, app installs, video. They're all very self-explanatory. If you're not sure, next to it, there's a little I, and it says, get more people to install your app. Engagement, get more post engagements, page likes, event responses, or offer claims. Traffic, send more people to a destination on or off Facebook. So for mine today, because you saw the link is going off to get a book, I would do traffic. And if you're doing a lead magnet or any sort of tripwire, you do traffic. Now, if I have more than one image, I could create a split test here. We would use this campaign to test the advertising strategies, and we do 2 different posts. We're not going to do that today. It'll take too damn long, and we just don't have the time. So the campaign name for this, I'm going to call it 2017 July ebook, and I'm going to say webinar. I want to know that I did it today while I was doing the webinar. The advertising set name. So there are 3 levels within your Facebook ad. There is the set, the group, and the ad itself. Always name them. Never leave them what they name to. It says here, you'll see this advert set name in reporting, insights, tips, and notifications. So I'm going to call that ebook 2017 July webinar demo ad, or just demo. Traffic. Choose where you want to drive traffic. You'll enter a destination such as a URL later. So do I want to send it to a website or an app? The people that were choosing app before, if they want to have their app downloaded, would choose app. But we will choose website or messenger. And this is, again, why it's so important if you're doing a Facebook ad to have a website to send them to. Is there an offer? Drives more traffic by creating an offer that people can save and get reminders about. We're not doing an offer today, but if you have a product such as chocolate, Morris, that would be a good one for you to do. And you simply turn that on, and you have an offer on your page, which you will have done previously. But we're not covering that today. We'll go down a rabbit hole, and it'll get too tricky. So we're going to create a new audience. You can, if you've already created, we've got all my saved audiences here from the times that I've done ads in the past, but we're going to create a new one together today. And I'm going to call that audience. Where would I like? So I'm going to get people today to come from Frankston to get my book. Do I want Frankston? Maybe I don't. Maybe I want Melbourne. Melbourne ebook promo. I just want to focus on Melbourne, do so, because my avatar. Oh, where did that go? Sorry, guys. Melbourne ebook. Is it going to save? Oh, create new. That's what I'm doing. Create new. Sorry, guys. So we want, this is just new, this one here. Create new using my pixel, anyone that visits my website, people who view specific web pages, URL equals, and we just put the URL in there. / ebook 2017. Its name, Mullen ebook. All right. Nice. All righty. So now we want to have a look at the location. So we've got Australia, Melbourne. Then you can change the amount of kilometres. So I only want Melbourne CBD. So I'm going to go within about 20 Ks. So I'll shrink that down. And I've got roughly, you can see there on the map, roughly most of the CBD. More than the CBD. I've got almost all the way up to the greater Dandenong area. So I can tighten that in even further. And I could say within 10 Ks. You can set your custom audience to wherever you like, as specific as you like. So say then I also wanted to include, for example, let's say I wanted to include Frankston, my old hometown. Hello, Frankston. I've got an overlap here. So I'll go Frankston within, again, 10. I can shrink down that far. I'll say 17. Then I've got Frankston, Mount Martha, Mornington, Mount Eliza, places like that. But for this, I don't. I only want to do Melbourne. And we want to do within 10 Ks. So have a think about where your avatar is. Oh, is it going to let me go slower? Oh, 109, we don't want that. Right, will only let me do 17. All right, let's just narrow in as I can go. So my avatar, sorry guys, my avatar is 35 to 40. Your avatar should be within a 5-year age bracket. I want men. See over here, it's got my audience size. That'll start to increase as I put things in. Languages I want them to speak is English, all. You can put in other languages if you'll be including other languages in yours as well. Now, this is the detailed stuff. So I want owners and CEOs. See here, I've got already 11,261 people. Co-founders, co-founder directors, small business, business. I don't actually know why this isn't coming up. Normally what will come up here is a number, and I have a suspicion that the JavaScript on my page isn't working properly, but normally there'll be a number here with a dial, and the dial will go red, green, and yellow, and you want it in the green zone, which this should be. It should be getting towards the green zone now. So you want to be roughly targeting about 35,000 people. It says here, expand interest when it may increase link clicks at a lower cost per click. Definitely click that one. So according to your avatar, and we could go on all day, I normally put about 20 to 30 things in here. Now, let's say with my avatar, I know that they like coffee. You want to put that in. That's why I have so many questions for you in the avatar process in the 90-day business transformation. You know that they like dogs, not cats. They don't like cats, they like dogs. You've established this. And why is this important? Because when people are on Facebook, they're not looking for you. They're looking up dog videos or cat videos or how to ride a surfboard videos or whatever. So you want to make sure that you've got all of the details, as many as you can in this area. Be very detailed. Spend a lot of time. Define the audience specifically. Don't be broad here. Be as narrow as you can. And it doesn't matter. And I'm sorry I don't have it here to show you. But it doesn't matter if the area over here is more and more and more narrow. It will end up saying for you, your audience is very refined. The more details you put in, the more refined your audience will become. Cool? Then connection type, Facebook pages. You can have people who like your page, friends of people who like your page, or exclude people who like your page. Which one do you guys think I'm going to click? It's that one. Exclude people who like your page. And you add the page. Grant Mullen's Business Breakthrough. Why? We've already got those people. I don't want to spend money remarketing to people who I've already got. So let's exclude them so I don't double up, right? Because there's nothing worse than when you do a Facebook ad and somebody that you already know likes your stuff, comes to you and says, oh, I saw your ad. You're like, damn it, what a waste of money. Or when you see your own ad, that's even worse. Mel Hall's got I've got some questions here. Dave Lucas says, what percentage of your leads are from Facebook ads? Mine would be, when I'm running them, probably, I don't know, 80% of new leads come in from Facebook ads when I'm running them flat out. I don't run them all year round. I only run them seasonally. And the biggest time for me that I run them is September. That's when I put the most amount of money in, because that's when I start, you guys will see as well, the September webinar is Clients for Christmas. And that's when I start my Christmas promotion. It's when I start talking about New Year's resolutions. That's for my business. Some people may have you'll all have your peaks at different times. But for the outdoor fitness industry, I would really suggest doing a bigger spend 2 months prior to the cold weather. For your business, Dave Lucas and Dave Yo, it would be an even spend all year round. So you perhaps don't have as many highs and lows in your business seasonally. So an even spend all year round. But yeah, 80% of all new leads come in through there. But it's like anything. Your leads come in from where you spend the money. That's, when I run a Facebook ad, my CRM fills up. Then, how good my ad is, how good my lead magnet is, how good my tripwire is. That all depends on how they go to the next level. So I'm always refining that as well. Mel Hall said, question retargeting. I would put in 4 to 5 postcodes, so all of the targeting would be super narrow. What target numbers would I be going for? So it's not always about the numbers. It's about these. I mean, you could have 200 here. It doesn't matter. You can have 80 people here. It doesn't matter. It's about the kind of people that you want here. So, when you get people responding to your ads and you're like, why have they responded? This is just, Facebook's just a computer program, right? Whatever info you put in is the info it'll put out. So if you're really targeted and really refined in this area here, whoever's over here and gets your stuff, this is why you've got to think so carefully about who you want to put it in front of, and not just go, oh, yep, that'll do. You could have a big number here. You could have 320,000 people here, but they might be 320,000 crumpets who are just no good. Crumpets is a new word my daughter has taught me. There might be 20,000 nufties that are over here. That's a waste of money. Be really refined here. Have a lower number here And as long as you're confident that you're putting your ad in front of the right person, then this isn't as important. Make sense? Hopefully that helps. I see that you say gotcha, so cool. So I would add also here, where is it? Breakthrough TV. I don't want people that are on that page either. So then I save that audience. Next thing, what did I say you needed to know? So that gives me, tells me who they are. I can go back and edit them as well. Placements, always go automatic. Don't worry about editing your placements. Unless you're an absolute super guru, you can go in and do that. If you want to learn about it, click the learn more. But for now, just edit your automatic placements. Budgets and schedule. Now, check this out. This is very important. Daily budget or lifetime budget. I always click lifetime budget, because if you click daily, you go $20. Oh, $20, that's not too bad. Lifetime budget. But if your daily budget, we've kind of figured out about $6 a day is pretty good. But lifetime budget, I always works at $30. You just do a short one, and don't worry about that, because that's because it's running here for a month. We're just going to run it for, what date is it today? 21st of July. We're going to run it for a week. That should be okay. 21st of the 7th, it should be okay. Link clicks, impressions, or daily unique reach. Let me tell you what an impression is. When somebody is just scrolling through and they scroll past your ad, the pixel that's on the screen registers as an impression. Daily unique reach delivers the adverts to people up to once a day, maybe, but I always pay for link clicks, because they don't here guarantee that anyone's going to take any action on your ad. So you always want to go for link clicks. This is exactly why we put the copy as we do in the ad, the way we do it, because we pay for the link clicks. Automatic or manual, I always go automatic, always. It used to be you'd go manual, but you just don't know what your competition is bidding. This way, it will always outbid your competition. It might cost you a bit more, but you know that you're not going to be beaten to the punch. Link clicks, just make sure that CPC is always clicked, not impression. Run adverts all the time. Don't run them on a schedule unless you're advertising to shift workers who only do night shift, or shift workers that only do day shift, or specific times a day that you only want people to see it. And that might be you. So if you use the viewer's time zone, and then you choose your blocks of time that you want people to see the ads. So if you've got people that you want to see your ads at specific times, because you know your avatar that well, that you know they only check Facebook on Mondays at 3 a.m., Wednesdays at 6:15 to 6:30 a.m., and Sundays at 3:45 to 5, then you can go ahead and do that. You can click a whole bunch of spaces there. If you know that your avatar works and they won't check between 9 to 5, then you check all the times outside of that. We also know from previous webinars that most people check Facebook at this time block. So you might want to use it to your advantage to go ahead and block out those amounts of time. So you're not getting your ad running at 3 a.m. like those late night TV ads. So it's up to you if you want to use that. It's kind of cool. It's a pretty new thing on Facebook. I haven't used it, but if you want to use it, go ahead and use it, and it's pretty cool. Then when you're finished, click continue. They're not liking they've only spent $30. I better change that to 50. Whoops. If I could learn to type, it'd be great. Okay, $50 is fine. Click continue. Then it's going to ask me about my Facebook page. We're nearly done, by the way, guys. It's on Grant Mullen's Business Breakthrough. I want a single image. By the way, before I said there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can advertise, but I'm choosing single image. I'm going to use where is it? Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to find the next part, which doesn't seem to be there. I'm going to say browse library. And it should be there, but it's not there. So the image that I used, this is something new that Facebook has just changed. So I should have had my image on my screen, which I don't have. So hang on a second. I'll just get that really, really quickly. Bear with me for 2 seconds. Well, I just go get that. So what the image, what I'm talking about here is the image that I've used. Actually, that shouldn't be right. It should be letting me, oh, I love it when something goes really well like this. What it should be doing is it should be letting me do my, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Use existing post. They've moved it. Oh, nearly had a bloody heart attack. Right. Sorry, guys. That was nearly very bad. You choose your post from here. I'm not going to be able to find that new post that was put up. What is going on? I'm so sorry, guys. This makes for some great TV, doesn't it? Desktop news feed. Yes, that's what we want. No, it's not there. Let's just use this one for now. Sorry, guys. The new ad isn't there, but it should be there. Select the page post. Only show pages that can be used with Instagram ads. No, we don't want that. Should be there, but it's not. I can't find it. But it will, when you're not doing a webinar, it'll always be there, okay? When you're not trying to show somebody what to do, it'll be there. But when you want to show somebody how to do something, it's called Murphy's Law. And even though you test the webinar earlier and it all works, like I did at midday, and it worked when I went through all this, it's now not working now. So we'll just choose another post. I'll choose this one here. This isn't one I would normally advertise, but you see how to do it here. You then choose your tracking pixel if you've got it. And this is just the last part. And I don't know why it's not working. Again, you would go through and check all your news feeds, make sure they're all okay. Feature phones, instant articles, desktop right columns, and so on for whatever you've got connected. And then once you're done, click confirm, and that, what you've chosen, will get advertised. And that is it. Sorry about that last little hiccup there, guys. That's the only part that went wrong today. That gets reviewed. Once it's confirmed, then you are sent a message in your inbox, and that is it. So, guys, I hope you've got something from this webinar today, apart from the fact that that last thing just didn't work there. Sorry about that. I'm going to beat myself over the head for that one for the rest of the day. So if there's any questions, I'll answer them now. Mel Hall had to go. That's cool. So if there's any questions, go ahead and I'll answer them now. Remember, there is a poll today. A lot of people, one person has clicked yes. So there's a poll below. If you would participate in that poll with me today to let me know if you've got value or no value or you don't know, any answer's fine. It's completely anonymous. I don't see who's clicked what. But if you go ahead and do that, that'll really help me out. So I'll know how to do different or better things in my webinars as well. Remember as well, the webinars now, we're not doing the learning webinar and then the Q&A. as I sent out to you, it's all rolled into one. So this part of the webinar now is very much Q&A. So here I am to answer questions for you. If you've got them, fire them at me. Otherwise, just say goodbye and log out. Or if you want to hang around and see if anyone has any questions, that'd be cool as well. Remember to catch it in the replay if you want to watch it again. Kate will be putting the replays up very, very soon. And that is it, guys. I hope it's been useful. Thank you, Chris. It's good to see you all again. I got to tell you guys, it's great to be back. I had a great break. I still don't have my land legs back. I'm a bit vertigo-ish, but I'm told that will just take a few days more to get that back. Have a great weekend. Doesn't look like there's any questions there. Rich is going to go back and look at the avatar and the replay. Sue said, what was a crumpet? My daughter has come up with a new word to define people who are a bit of a nufty, and she calls them crumpets. So yeah, if you're a bit of a crumpet, that's what you get having a 17-year-old daughter. Thank you, David. Thank you, David. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, everyone, very much for being here today. We've hung out for about an hour and a quarter, so which is pretty cool. A lot of info, otherwise known as a Muppet, Dave Bowman, absolutely. And it was a great chat Dave Bowman and I had yesterday. Love that guy. Look out for Dave Bowman. He is on a rocket to the moon, that guy. We're going to be seeing some amazing stuff there. Look out as well for Sue and John, who are doing some incredible stuff. They're new to Boardroom. Say hello to them if you haven't already. They're working their butts off right now, behind the scenes, doing a whole heap of really exciting stuff. Now, I know Dave's not a Muppet, Mel. Dave's amazing. Dave is no Muppet. He is the grower of fine beards and an amazing man. So love you guys. You're all terrific. Thanks so much for being here. I'm going to sign off. It's a beautiful day outside. Time for a mountain bike ride, which I didn't get to do this afternoon. So I'm going to go do that now. All the very best. God bless you. Well done. Talk soon.